So here it is. I have to give a salute to Star and Stripe for her sacrifice. This muscle mommy will go down in history. She is fighting him from the inside out, which is probably the strongest thing that she could do at this moment in time. No matter how much she fights him, and she's realizing in their fight that she couldn't kill this guy, the strongest move that she had didn't work. So what else could she do? Now, I've heard that there's been some confusion. Some people are wondering why in the world did Shigaraki not be able to give a command to New Order once he had it. There's some people who are saying, oh, he didn't absorb all of it. What Cassie did was actually fundamentally change New Order. New Order, which used to be a quirk that, would get orders and stuff, right before she died, she changed it to be New Order will fight other quirks. That's it. That is the quirk that is New Order now. There's nothing he could do. He literally absorbed a quirk that fights other quirks. And given the fact that it was given that order, there's no way for it to be able to receive any other orders from now on. It's like New Order 2.0. It's not the 1.0 version of New Order that it once was. Like every other quirk in the world, quirks are not all powerful. Once you have a quirk, there is a fundamental limit to a lot of quirks, even as she explained in the beginning of this episode. It is not like godlike power like I discussed last week. If the quirk is to fight other quirks, there's a limit before it can be able to not exist itself. It can't just sit there and fight hundreds and hundreds of quirks and not have damage upon itself. So thus is what happened when Shigaraki is trying to get rid of it. It's already too late because it's already done its damage as much as it possibly could before it goes away and it evaporates away. Shigaraki's in a very tough predicament because All For One tried to put in as many quirks into Shigaraki as he could, and now, thanks to Star, a lot of those quirks are gone now. And so what is left of them? How many quirks did it actually destroy? I mean, we don't have a fundamental number, nor do we have a fundamental number of how many he still has remaining. But regardless, he's in a really bad shape right now. So this is the prime time for the kids of UA to actually go in and actually do something about it, do some damage. Cassie made him from almost a godlike state with all these quirks to pretty much be almost human level for the kids to actually do damage and or take on Shigaraki in a fundamental level. So one of the only problems I really have with My Hero Academia is the fact that they concentrate so much on Class 1A. Now, granted, we've had previously excursions they've had with other classes and their abilities and such, but here it is, I wouldn't say the end of the world, but a lot of issues happening in Japan, and all other nations are pulling back support, so Japan is on their own. If UA is the school of quirk kids, and kids learning, like it's the #1 school that everyone wants to go to, learn at, so they can utilize their quirks. Why is it down to one class? Only one class that's able to do anything. This school should have a multitude of classes. I mean, if they have 1A, 2A, 1B, 2B, and all these others, you're gonna tell me there's only 4 classes in the whole school? Like, does it not go to Z? There's no 25, 30 classes worth of kids. It's like we only concentrate on one class, one group of kids. Now, understandable, we can't, as a show, fundamentally show like hundreds and hundreds of characters, granted, but come on now, Japan is full of, there's more than just UA. There's other schools that have kids with quirks, but it's all centered down to just one class. This is the only class. This is it. They're the only ones that can take on Shigaraki and take on the Nomus and take on everything and fundamentally change the whole nation of Japan. It's down to them. Come on now. Seriously, there's other classes, and surely there's other people with pretty strong quirks. I mean, that's the only little gripe I have with My Hero Academia, but you know what? It's understandable to a degree. It's a show. Like I said, you can't have like 500 some students, you know, and everyone is like, oh, okay, we're going to talk about all them. So it is what it is. But regardless, I hope you guys have enjoyed this analysis. Such an emotional episode, because here we are, we get Star and Stripe, and after 2 episodes, she's gone now. But she will have a lasting, lingering effect on the rest of the show, especially as it comes down to the one of these days final episode. But aside from that, make sure you guys like the video, make sure you guys are subscribed for more, because we'll definitely discuss this and several others here on the channel. You guys be safe, take care, and Lord willing, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye for now. Make sure to check out the extra content on our Patreon page, and thanks to our current patrons.
This ain't what you want, bitch, I'm a fucking phenomenon.